Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Rose here. Today, I'm reacting to the comments section of Foodie Beauty's live stream called Packing for Giveaway. So this live stream went on for an hour and 32 minutes. I've taken a look through it, and there is absolutely nothing of note to react to. In essence, Foodie Beauty is packing to go somewhere. She doesn't say exactly where or who she might be spending her time with, although those of us who've been reacting to Foodie, we pretty much know where she's going. We know she's spending time around Natter. She's been dropping hints all over the place. I just heard this morning from a few friends that it's interesting. She didn't film herself driving anywhere on her channel, but she showed herself driving on RSN's channel. So isn't that interesting? That she did not film herself driving on her channel where she might get in trouble, but she showed some of that on somebody else's channel. I wonder if she's trying to hide something somewhere. So let me go ahead and just bring up the screen so you guys can see her live stream, because there's also a few things that I wanted to pull up in regards to Chantal. So for those who are not aware, there are all kinds of rumors about what might be happening today. Chantal herself has been dropping hints that perhaps she might be getting married to Natter. And there's all kinds of speculation that if that is true in any capacity, why she might be doing that. Now, everyone knows that there might be a court case of some kind happening for Natter very, very soon. So the feeling is that maybe if she gets married to Natter, that he won't be deported. Well, I did some digging around about that. For anyone who wants to know, perhaps Chantal or somebody else, I just looked up if someone got married to someone, would that stop deportation? So this is what I found out. Getting married does not stop deportation. You must prove your marriage to UCIS and then adjust your status with the immigration judge. If your adjustment of status is granted, you become a permanent resident and your deportation proceedings are over at the time the judge grants your case. So unless Chantal and Natter have been married for a while in secret, if they're getting married today or very soon, it might not stop him from being deported if in fact that does happen at some point. It's not a guarantee. And keep in mind that they can deport you for all kinds of reasons. And marriage may not step in the way of many of those. So if Chantal is thinking that by marrying Natter, that's going to stop him from being deported for some reason, well, that's not 100% guarantee, Chantal. Also, there's also a feeling that she might be getting married to him so she won't have to testify against him in court if there is indeed a court case. So here's what I found out about that. Let's see. Spousal privilege, the legal doctrine that prohibited a spouse from testifying against their partner, dates back to the 19th century. This privilege, which existed at common law, created the spousal incompetency rule, which codified the privilege. Spouses could not testify against their partner even if they wanted to. This, however, changed in Canada in 2015 with the introduction of the Victims' Bill of Rights Act, which amended the Canada Evidence Act to make spouses both competent and compellable to testify against their partner. Compellable means the Crown prosecutor can subpoena you and call you as a witness. This was previously barred by the spousal incompetency rule. Competency refers to one's legal capacity to give evidence in court. Despite these changes to the Canada Evidence Act, the spousal privilege has not completely fallen away. While the Crown can subpoena you to testify, they cannot force you to testify about communications that occurred during the marriage. This marital privileges is protected by the Canada Evidence Act. You are not legally allowed to refuse to answer those questions. They are covered by the privilege. That privilege can be waived, but only by the witness, meaning that the spouse who is called as a witness has the choice to answer the questions or not. The spouse who is on trial cannot object to the witness testifying, as the privilege lies with the witness. This privilege is limited to the conversations that occurred during the marriage. Ah, there's the rub, Chantal. So that means if she marries Natter, then anything that happens after the time they both say I do to each other, that is what's covered. But anything that occurred before that is fair game. So Chantal, if you're over there thinking that by marrying Natter that you won't have to testify against him, you are dead wrong. Anything that happened before the rings are put on the fingers is fair game. It's fair game. Any conversations, any occurrences are fair game because the two of you were not married at the time. So, going back to Miss Chantal, if she's getting married to Natter to stop him from being deported, that's not going to work. If she's getting married to Natter so she won't have to testify, well, that's not going to work because if she's asked questions that pertain to anything before the marriage, she has to answer. So, one more point of interest before I get into the comment section. So Chantal mentioned that she was going to go on Twitch and do sleep streams. I guess she thinks that's a really good idea because she can sleep on camera and make money. Well, here's something of note about that. So, for those who are wondering, are sleep streams legal on Twitch? Are they allowed? The answer is yes. But here's the caveat to that. Yes, they are allowed on Twitch, but you cannot have a specific category when you do a sleep stream. That's against the rules. Not only that though, but if you are asleep and something happens in chat that is against the rules, you're on the hook for it. You might get your channel taken from you if somebody says something offensive. If they do something offensive like posting, say, porn in the chat, you're on the hook for that. You are responsible for the things that are said and done on your channel, whether you're awake or asleep. So I hope you've got mods the entire time you're asleep, Chantal, taking a look at everything and throwing the ban hammer if somebody tries something. Because if you're asleep and somebody says something that is completely offensive, if they post something of an adult nature in chat, you are liable. So you might wake up to your entire channel gone and not know why. So getting back over to her stream, let's check out the comments to this packing for a getaway nonsense. Kayla Mo says, I hope you and Natter have the marriage you both deserve. I really do. I hope they do get married. I want them to get married. I'm not against the marriage because they're both horrible people. They deserve each other. And by being together, that means they're not around other people who are decent people that if they were around them, they would wreck and ruin their lives. So I say, let those two monsters be together. Let them have the marriage from hell. Let them both make each other miserable. I want that to happen. I want the marriage for you, Chantal. I want you to be Mrs. El Shami. Yes, I do. I want him to put some bubblegum ring on your finger and say, you're my wife. Because the moment you shack up with this man, he's going to give you all the misery that you deserve, and you're going to give him all the misery that he deserves. And you're going to find out firsthand that all the things you've been dreaming of and all the things you've been wanting with Natter, it's just a pipe dream. It's just a pipe dream. And will always be a pipe dream. And maybe you might finally get it through your head that this is not the person for you. But please go ahead, sign the paperwork, wear the veil, walk down the aisle. I want that for you. Oh, I want that for you. And I hope you stream the wedding because that will be the event of the century. Flora says the fact that she's willing to marry a man to save him from SA and DV charges speaks volumes of her true character. She's not drunk. It's not the alcohol. This is who she is. This is who you beaters support and what you support. You know, she wants to marry him no matter what the circumstances. He could be the worst person in the world, to be the most violent, ugly person. She'd still marry him. It doesn't matter what he does to her or anybody else. This is the one that she's fixated on, and she's determined to have him. Well, she's about to find out that you may get what you want, but sometimes it's not what you need. And what you thought you had, you really don't have. She's going to have to learn firsthand, though. Nobody can tell her any different. Chrissy says Chantal is the smartest person in the room. She has idiots that literally fund her every move, her every lie. They give, she takes. She no longer even pretends. She has told them countless times who she is and what she's going to do. Kudos to her. It's not so much about her being the smartest person in the room. It's about her being the most manipulative. And in that way, she is very cunning. She's very crafty. She knows how to emotionally manipulate people. She knows how to lie. She's a master at her craft when it comes to that. And she knows that there's people in her audience that are probably as effed up as she is, and they hang on to her every word. She is completely abusive to her audience, and they take it and they come back for more. They're toxic masochists, all of them. You know, she dishes out the hurt, and they literally beg for more. Ashish Karasi says, a round of applause for you Beezers. Your hard-earned money is going to Koki and Chantal, the most lazy and undeserving people. You know, they know where the money's going. They know what it's being used for, and they don't care. They absolutely don't care. All they care about is getting their Chantal fix, logging onto her channel, and seeing her face. For the life of me, I can understand why. Because the content is beyond boring. And she's mean and she's nasty and she acts like a spoiled, entitled brat, calling them morons, calling them names. But they love it. They can't do without seeing Chantal. And they pay their memberships. And again, I don't understand why for that either. They're not getting really much anything out of their money, but it's their money. They insist on spending it that way, so it's up to them. Janet Whitman says she will demand privacy, be offended that she can't have privacy the way she wants, but the second something goes wrong with Natter, and it will do again, yay, rage stream, she will air every detail of their argument. You can't have it both ways, fool. Oh, she is having it both ways. She is having it both ways. She wants to be able to go to her VIBs and get money from them for doing nothing and yet not talk about them. But the moment he ticks her off, she wants to be vindictive and air out her grievances to everybody listening and trauma dump on everybody. And she expects to get money from just being an idiot. Oh, look at me. I'm over here. I'm chasing after this crackhead and he's treating me raw. But I'm going to run back to you people and not only cry about it, but you're going to compensate me financially for my repeated stupidity. And they do. That's the crazy thing. They actually do. Summer Flower says, I was wrong about one thing. She's not a failure at everything. She always succeeds at making a complete butt of herself. It takes a lot of guts to sit there lying so blatantly to people's faces while you know that everyone knows you're lying and is laughing at you. Anyway, now it makes sense why she wasn't with him yesterday. For their standing Tuesday date, they changed it to a little getaway starting today instead. Yeah, and you have to wonder what's going on with that getaway during the week. What's so special about it? Huh? Are there wedding bells or are there no wedding bells? Well, we'll find out eventually. We know Chantal. She can't keep her mouth shut forever. At some point, she's going to let it all loose. And the reactors, we're going to be right here with the record button ready when she does let loose. Kat says, also, congrats, Beezers. Your contributions are going straight to Natter, and you'll be seeing less of your queen as a result. Yeah, Chantal always neglects her Beezers when she's with Natter. The more she sees of him, they less they see of her. When they're on a break and when they get mad and when they start fighting, then she's on constantly. This woman will stream 6, 8, 9, 10 hours a day, just blubbering and crying and complaining and bitching and yelling and screaming to anybody that will listen. She'll dump all of that emotional weight on people and she won't feel a bit of shame or regret or remorse about it. So all of you Beezers that you don't like her complaining about Natter, you don't like him talking about Natter, well, she's not right now because they're on the good. But when she's on the bad with him, you'll see plenty of her. You'll see more than what you want to see. Let's see. CJ says Chantal and Natter are laughing at all of us. This game they're playing is getting them so much attention. Well, for right now, but it's a double-edged sword. They're getting attention, but at the same time, it's ruining Chantal's channel. Because it's ruining Chantal's channel, it's ruining her money, which means his money's going to get messed up, which means everything connected to her is going to get messed up. So it comes with a price. They're getting attention, but it's not going to improve the money situation that they both so desperately look for, that they count on. So it's like, yeah, I'm going to get attention, but it comes with a very expensive price tag. Ali Alice says the fact that she knows that nobody wants to see them together only makes her want to be with him more. As I said, I want them to be together. I want them to be married. I'm not against the marriage. I say go for it. I want her and Natter to live together. It's time. Pick a place, move in together, and do it. Just be together. Stop lying to people. We know the two of you are hanging out. Just do it. Pull the trigger. Do it. Because that will be fantastic content. Seeing those two miserable around each other, oh, it's going to be great content. It'll be far better than her sitting in front of her counter and eating a bunch of food and being stoned. I would live for that content, seeing the two of them just fighting and going at it. Yeah, marriage is great when it's great, but when it's bad, it's really bad. And the two of them, they're already oil and water together. So bring it on. Bring on the marriage. Bring on them moving in together. I'm here for it. I want it to happen. Miss Powers says her brown-nosing Beezers are the only ones who don't want her to marry Natter because no more sitting on stream for hours kissing Chantal's fupa. She'll always choose Natter over y'all, always. Edit. Just the fact that they are back together won't fare well for y'all. They've been, I don't think they ever stopped seeing each other. They never stopped talking. They may have taken breaks during their bigger blowout fights, but they never stopped being in communication. It's just that Chantal is getting tired of hiding everything, and that's why she's letting things slip out here and there. She's doing it on purpose. She wants to be with her man. And even though Natter's got Dee Dee in the picture in the background, she is trying to work to get him away from her. This whole throuple situation, I don't think it's a true throuple. It's more like I'm allowing this to happen because in a way I don't have a choice. I want to be around him, so I have to tolerate this and put up with this for now. But if he gets married to her, that might change. I mean, this is a wait and see situation, so let's just wait and see. Let's see. V says, have fun with Natter on your romantic getaway. Hopefully he doesn't take your phone away from you or drive you insane with his coughing or, get caught talking to other women. Oh, he probably will, but here is the downside for Chantal if she got married to Natter. He's already kind of a dominant personality over her, but the moment they get married, it'll become even more so. He's going to look at her and say, I'm your husband now. You have to listen to me. You have no other choice. Oh, yeah, he's going to pull that nonsense on her. He's going to use that to dominate her even more. So, she's not married to him yet, but once the ring gets put on the finger, again, that's a very expensive price to pay just to have a different last name. Let's see, next comment. Health Journey in Progress says she looked gigantic in this video. Honestly, she has the health of an 80-year-old woman. She literally had to fall in her chair to sit down. I'm almost wondering if Natter saw her live and got upset, and so they are getting married on this getaway. It wouldn't shock me at all. As far as her falling in the chair, she's got the biggest gaming chair you could possibly get. And I think my opinion, I think the reason why she's like plunking down in her chair is because she has outgrown her chair and she's just trying to fit herself into too small a chair. That's just my opinion, though. I could be wrong. Zardock says, I look forward to you coming back crying and telling us your truth. And now he's hurt you for the last time. The I'm so done chapter is coming up. Everyone will be laughing behind their computer screen and not feel one bit sorry for you. Well, you know what? Things have been going on for so long with Chantal and Natter. People are already there. A lot of people are already at that point of not feeling sorry for Chantal because she literally runs back over and over to this man. She continues to see him. They continue to get upset at each other, and yet she just won't stop. Some people might have had pity and sympathy for Chantal long ago, but that day is long past. Nobody feels sorry for her. I don't feel sorry for her. If she wants to be with Natter and be miserable, I say let her do it. Let him give her all the misery she deserves. For all the pain that she's heaped on other people, for all the pain and suffering she's heaped upon her pets, for the selfishness that she's done all her life, let him be the walking karma she deserves. Like I said, I want them to be together. I do, very much so. John Bilson says, so desperate for a poly drug addict criminal. You know your worth. Love that for you. Well, like attracts like, as they say. Misery attracts misery and evil attracts evil. So isn't it appropriate that one monster is getting married to another monster? I think that they're soulmates. Kay Coke says, no one call the police. This is what she deserves. Let her work it out herself and don't bother the cops with this mess. Yeah, please don't do that. Don't contact the authorities. Let it happen. Let the marriage happen. She's in no danger. He's not going to hurt her. I mean, it's obvious that he's not going to hurt her because she feels completely comfortable around this man. She's literally running off to see him with an overnight bag. There's no sense of fear there. She's not afraid of him. She's going to go see him. Let it happen. Let it happen. Let her be around him. Let him get married. Just let it happen. Kenneth Kolowitz says, just think those VIB membership fees are helping cover the cost of these two social rejects getting away bees. Yep, I said that. All of you VIBers, you are enablers. Not just her enablers, but Natter's as well. Because part of your money is going to pay for him, right? So that means you are enabling her food addiction. You are enabling her edible addiction and the other substances that she might be doing. You are buying his chemicals, his cigarettes, his liquor, his food. How do you feel about that? Does that leave a good taste in your mouth? No? Well, it's the truth though. You're paying for all of her expenses and his too, with the money that you give her through your super chats and your memberships. How do you feel about that? That you're funding those two morons in their addictive, destructive lifestyle. You're on her chat room and you are her enablers. You guys are the ones that encourage her to eat more even while she's eating. And when she's high, you encourage her to take more edibles. But how do you feel about paying for his issues, his cigarettes, his liquor, his cola, whatever else that she buys for him? All those trips to Adonis and Farm Boy, you guys are paying for that. How do you feel? Are you okay with that? Just think it over. Kat says, I'm sure this trip will lead to more emergencies and false reports of abuse. So I hope she at least finally paid the taxes before leaving. Oh, she didn't. I'm sure Chantal, I feel she's waiting to do another bankruptcy so she doesn't have to pay. Maya says, you do know that by marrying him, if only for the convenience of not being forced to testify against him, that it does not exclude SA, especially if you were not married at the time. There's no exception for SA. The law that gives spousal marital privilege to not force them to testify against their spouses does not apply for Natter's SA case, if there really is a case. Although, if you marry him just to keep him from being deported back to Egypt, you're making a huge mistake. Well, I've already gone over it in the beginning of this React. If you marry somebody that does not 100% protect them from deportation, that does not 100% protect them from you having to testify against them in court. So if she's marrying him for these reasons, Chantal, no, it's not going to work. You're trying to find a way around the law. It's not going to work. The law is always going to find an angle that you've never thought of, and that's just how it is. Laura H says, y'all let her be with Natter. He is all she deserves. Yep, agreed. Absolutely agreed. She's found her perfect man. Miss Blackwood says, looking exhausted, bigger than ever, uncomfortable, and out of sorts. A road trip with Natter is just what the doctor ordered. Hope he caterwauls the whole way there and back and makes her walk a whole bunch. Yeah, I have to wonder if after they get married, that he's going to throw his authority around and start barking orders at her and say, well, you're not allowed to eat fast food anymore. You got to go exercise. I wonder if he's going to pull that on her. Laura H says, these lives be the cringiest when she's fake laughing and pretending she's amongst real friends and supporters, as if 90% of those people weren't in a Discord a while back, having a riot ripping her apart. You know, 100, not 100% of the beezers are supportive. A lot of them are trolls. A lot of them are there to participate in helping her hurt herself. They are not her friends. Let's see. Shamu Pondu says rumors are spreading that they're going to a drive-by chapel in Lachine. It's finally time for a 55-hour Britney Spears marriage bees. I can't wait to hear if they're married. I mean, that'll be great for us reactors. Let's see. There's a lot of people supporting the marriage and saying, go for it, he's what you deserve. Jokes on You says, I love seeing both of you and racist Natter be in love. Match made in hell. P.S. Plus side note, you both are killing your channel. Sweet moves. Exactly. Hey, that's an added bonus. You know, good things happen to good people and bad things happen to bad people. She literally gave, Jay says she literally gave away that she's going to be with Natter. She said they're going to a one-star hotel because she's paying, and Natter never pays for anything. Also, if it was true, and that's a big if, it was this dude she supposedly hung out with last week, he would have paid for a nicer hotel like she claimed. He did last week and didn't want her to pay. So her paying for a one-star motel equals Natter. Not to mention, if Natter doesn't go live for the next couple of days, then that basically solidifies everything. Yet, it's so funny? Chantal, she has slagged on the Motel 6 in the past. For some reason, she's got something against the Motel 6. And here she is going to one-star hotel. Really, Chantal? You're going to be some kind of hotel snob, and you're going to stay at a dump. I saw the Motel 6 rooms online. They look pretty nice. There's nothing wrong with a Motel 6. You're probably choosing the cheapest, rattiest place, the cheapest place you could find to spend time with Natter. So it's less money out of pocket. Enjoy that ratty hotel room, girl. Do it. Do it. Oh, doggone it. I missed my place here. Hold on. Looking for a good comment. All right. Freya says, so did Stabber convince Foodie Beauty that if she marries him before the court date, he will not go to jail? I think the courts will figure this one out. Then Stabber can demand alimony from the divorce since he's the breadwinner. Oh, that slipped my mind. Oh, I forgot all about alimony, y'all. I'm twice divorced. I forgot all about the alimony thing. That might be another reason why he's marrying Chantal, because he could be with her for a little bit and then turn around and divorce her and ask for alimony. That might be the reason why he's wanting to put the ring on the finger anyway. No one says she needs the super chats, nothing else. Don't pay her for mocking you both online and offline. Give your money to someone that starves instead. Yeah, Chantal is mad these days because her super chats have gone down, but it's her fault. Stumpy says, please don't let Natter dance at the wedding. Yeah, I saw a clip of him doing like the swatting away the fruit flies dance. It was hilarious. Ooh, Ramo says, is this the Chantal got Pete's into upper saga? He hasn't slept, is very talkative, and quite bubbly considering it's Pete's. I'm loving it. I really hope she did not get him into uppers. I really hope so. I hope that she's not passing her bad habits on to Pete. Pete is a dick, okay? And he's abusive to the cats. True. Yeah, he's a scumbag too, but I hope that whatever she's doing as far as chemicals, she's not passing it off to her roommate. Jack Douglas says, so when a few months ago, you claimed you had a restraining order. Now you're openly seeing him and even going away with him. Why do you constantly spit in the face of real victims? It's honestly disgusting. Well, Chantal's disgusting. And we're talking about a person that they have no morals, no values, and they will use anything at all to make money. They don't care how distasteful it might be. Let's see. New York CXO says, imagine her needing to get a job one day soon. I really want that for her. I want her to get a regular job and sit at a tiny desk with a tiny chair and have one of those annoying fluorescent lights that blink on and off and they buzz above your head all day long, every day. And then she can only eat at lunchtime when it's lunchtime. And then she has to drink some disgusting hours old break room coffee. And the only thing she can afford out of the vending machine is one Coke and one stick of gum. I want that to be her reality. Because when she lives like that, she's going to have to live with the memories and the knowledge that she had a YouTube channel where she had all the chance in the world to do anything she wanted and she lost it all. I want that reality to come breaking right through. Let's see next. Yeah, so everybody's saying what I said to you guys earlier, that if you're married to somebody, whatever happened during the time that you were married, you don't have to speak on, but anything before that, you don't have to speak on. People can question you. So she's trying to protect Natter that way. It's not going to work. Let's see, next comment. I'm looking for more comments. 1 second. Helen says, just saw her on RSN driving while doing a live. She cares for nobody on the road. Tool. I don't get it. Why not stream yourself driving on your channel? Because you don't want to get caught. Well, you're going to get caught, Chantal, no matter whose channel you go on. Let's see. Ooh, yuck. Another one says 4-day-old takeout chicken still sitting out in her room. Check. Ew. Ew. Gross. Yeah, that's something that I kind of caught in the live stream before I did the comments. Remember how she said she had a KFC drawer? Now it's like brown chicken. So she's still storing food in her room. And now she's going to go off for 2 days. So that means that chicken's been sitting and rotting in her room for 4 days. Plus, he's going to be gone for 2 more. So it's going to be sitting there rotting and stinking for a week. Ew. Ew. Gross, gross, gross. Let's see. Meg says she wants privacy, so everyone should just give it to her permanently. Everyone should unsub, put their $5 to better use, and let her wallow in her own self-pity alone when he inevitably dumps her again. Yeah, Miss Chantal's like, I'm allowed to have a private life. You guys don't need to know everything. And you don't understand him the way that I do. You guys can't see him off camera. Hey, if she wants privacy, y'all think about that. I say everybody should give Chantal privacy. And let's see how much she really likes it. When she comes back to her channel and there's only plain cheeseburgers, Ashley Lamborghini, and Sofa King. Let's see how much she'll like her privacy then when she's got 3 beezers left. Let's see. Pam Willis says, you tell BBJ to quit telling you she wants food and treats when you just gave her breakfast. You should take your own advice because you eat and then eat again several times a day. Maybe if you would properly give her food and water, she wouldn't be hungry all the time. You know, I'm a cat mama. I have had cats since I was 18 years old. I've had several of them. And I've even had multiple cats in the house. And never once did my babies ever fight over food. Even when I had 4 cats in the house together, they never fought over food. And you want to know why? Because there was always enough. I feel that if Sam is going after BBJ, that means there's not enough food. You know, he's literally fighting for more food just because there isn't enough. That's just my opinion. Dang it. Skip backward. Next. Linda says, and you imagine being so excited to marry a felon because you both blackmailed each other and need to avoid your man being out back in jail. Love that for you. Here's the funny thing. While in Cuba, Chantal made an interesting, disturbing comment. She said she has a fantasy of Nader going to jail and being there for him when he got out. She thinks that guys who've been in jail for a long time and then they get out of jail and they haven't had a woman in a while is hot. In other words, she's looking for a desperate guy that will have sex with anybody just because he's been deprived of female companionship for so long. That's where her mind goes. That she wants a guy fresh out of jail, looking to get laid, and she wants to be there for a guy like that. That a guy will just be so desperate he'll do somebody as disgusting as her. Jamie says, when you're sick of his coughing, smoking near your CPAP, violent temper, cheating, and his demands for you to help with his channel while your channel suffers, nobody wants to hear about it. Keep it private. Nobody cares. It's her choice, her channel. Elizabeth Jennifer says, will there at least be a postcard from this lover's getaway? We'll see. Moni Max says, I don't believe you're going to get away to get married. I do believe he is telling you what to do, what to say until court, that he's going to twist it all on you and have the video backup, and he will walk, actually run, and him and Dee Dee will stay in whatever type deal they're living in now. Also get help wanting to marry because someone who you charge with deviant essay and kidnapping is the craziest behavior ever. Yeah, that's another rumor that, Natter is playing Chantal until this court date is over. He is playing Chantal. He's buttering her up. He's keeping her happy until it's all over. Then he's going to flip her in the middle finger and take off. Let's see next. Ooh, chick in lipstick says roses are red, violets are blue. He essayed he essayed some women, but you do too, boo. Oh my. Yeah, because Dee Dee was laying on the bed blindfolded and she didn't consent to what Chantal did to her. So, yeah, you essayed some people too, Chantal, and shame on you for that. Let's see. Lard of the Flies. Dang it. Messing up here. Kay Coke says she's not getting married. She will never be married. This is an attempt to keep the money flowing in. If you believe that he's going to marry her, then you are a bit slow. Her views are down, and this is for an attempt to manufacture some drama. Stop believing what she says. It's all lies. Kay, I do believe you when you say that, and there's a great degree of truth in what you say. And the trouble is with Chantal, she lies so much, you don't know what's truthful. You don't know when she's lying. You don't know if there's specks of truth, and if so, what the specks are versus what other things are. With Chantal, I've learned something. If you want the truth, don't believe what she says at the time. Just sit back and watch and be patient. And then the truth comes forward in the way she behaves. I never believe what she says. I believe in what happens after the fact. Uh, S says, I love that your views are dropping and no one is funding your getaways with subs or super chats. Ha ha, end of an era. I love that too. I love the fact that people are waking up to her crap. Casey Jones says, who else skips the video and checks the comments to see what's up? Too doggone boring. Me. I do. I love the comment section. I love you people in the comment section. I'll look at the comments first to see if there's anything good going on, and then I'll check the live stream, because you people always give up the dirt on what happened in the live stream, so I don't have to watch 3 hours of this crap. Let's see. Oh, wedding bees. So that's it for the comments, y'all. And I'm sorry we didn't cover the live stream today, but honestly, like I said, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. But if Chantal's going to get married to Natter to protect him in court or to keep him from being deported, you guys just saw that's not going to work. And if she's thinking about doing sleep streams on Twitch to make money, well, she better have mods on the entire time, because if trolls come in the chat and they start posting offensive things, that can get her in serious trouble and her channel can get taken away. Although for Chantal, it wouldn't be that big of a deal because she really wasn't doing anything on Twitch, She just made partner, but she wasn't doing anything with the channel, so it really wouldn't stress her out that much. So that's it for the React video. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you very much, and please take care. Bye-bye.